Soracom's Virtual Private Gateway, or VPG, unlocks private networking and customization features that give you more granular control over the traffic between your devices and your cloud. It's essentially a virtualized private APN, giving you a secure network environment and direct, controlled connectivity without the months of hassle that it often takes to set up traditional options. In less than an hour, you'll be up and running. Don't believe me? Check out this VPG setup demo with our sales engineer, Justin.
Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be going over how to set up a virtual private gateway inside of the Soracom console. On top of that, we will also be using an existing Amazon VPC and EC2 instance to show off the interplay and interconnectivity between a SIM card within a virtual private gateway in the Soracom infrastructure and how to access and push your data into that AWS environment. To begin, we'll start by creating that virtual private gateway. So the top left-hand side of the screen, select the virtual private gateway or VPG option, and it will take you to our virtual private gateway creation screen. From here, what we will do is we will create a virtual private gateway, begin by naming it, the type of virtual private gateway. This is where we'll decide between if we need just one direction, or the devices going into the AWS environment only, or if we're interested in something like private networking or bi-directional communication. Type E for the former, type F for the latter. The option of choosing Internet Gateway, this is going to say, hey, does your Soracom SIM cards need the ability to connect to the outside internet? You have the ability to remove this so that it's a private internet connection similar to a private APN that major carriers can offer, allowing you to choose between giving access to the open internet or locking that down and only allowing connection and connectivity through the Soracom environment. The rendezvous point is going to be where the VPG is housed and locating and where your data will route. For the United States, we have an option for Oregon. And then the CIDR range is going to be the subnet of IPs that are going to be handed out to the SIM cards that reside within this virtual private gateway. We have some specific rules for the CIDR subnet that you have to have. Once you get that chosen, you can go ahead and hit the create button and it will create your virtual private gateway. As you can see, I have one created already. We're going to use this one as the example. And so once the virtual private gateway has been created within the Soracom console, we need to assign that VPG to a group. So in order to do that, we'll go to our grouping tab. And from here, select a group that we have created. Under Soracom Air for cellular, we'll scroll down to the option that says virtual private gateway. We'll want to turn this on and select the VPG that we want to use for the example. Once that's said and done, we can go ahead and hit save, and it will save this VPG to the group. Last thing we'll need is to assign a SIM card now to the group where the virtual private gateway is residing, and that's easy enough. Go back into our SIM management page. From here, select the SIM card we want to use. We'll choose this one. Hit the Actions tab, and from here we can change the group. Again, mine's already in that group, but to do this, we'll want to go in, select the group, and hit save. Now, once that's all said and done, if the SIM is currently offline and it becomes online, it will then pull the IP range of the virtual private gateway that we have assigned. If it's currently online like mine is already, we'll want to bring the session down and open it back up in order for the SIM card and the device to pull those new set of IPs that we just recently handed off to it. So a quick way to do that is to click the Actions tab. We'll go in here and delete the session. And by clicking delete session, it'll bring the current internet connection down for that device. It'll allow it to reestablish, again, with those new set of IPs. Now that's all said and done, we'll need to access the AWS environment that we were talking about earlier. Easy enough, that's already been created for us, so we can quickly go ahead and look at what we currently have. As you can see, the VPC instance is hooked up to an EC2 within AWS. Information here is as follows. We can see our auto-assigned public IP and the private IP address that we're going to want to access. So keep in mind these CIDR ranges because this is what we'll want to SSH into to prove that we have connectivity into this EC2 instance. So from here, I need to get access to my device. So allow me to pull that up really quick. And I will SSH down into my router with the Soracom SIM card inside of it as it's being attached to that virtual private gateway. Now that I have access to the router, verify that it's online. Yep, we're connected. We're all good. So from here, I will need to then SSH to the private IP address of this EC2 instance in order to show that I have connectivity from my Soracom SIM card inside of my Edge device to then access the EC2 instance that we have created within AWS. And so again, we'll just SSH into this environment. And now you can see we have access to the EC2 instance that is residing inside of the AWS virtual private gateway connection. And so from my Edge device with the Soracom SIM, we securely accessed the Amazon the Linux environment inside of the EC2. Just to show that we are in here, current successful activation, successful login, and we are inside of AWS.
See what I mean? Simple, right? Justin just showed us how easy it is to create a dedicated network environment within Soracom that's just for your devices, without the hassle and time of the traditional options. That is Soracom's virtual private gateway. For more on VPG, check out our developer documents or contact us using the information provided to talk to one of our experts. Thanks for watching.